A very common effect when one has a psychedelic experience is to come out feeling more comfortable in oneself than ever before. There tends to be a message that everything is okay or that nothing really matters. The reason that they feel more comfortable with themselves than ever before is because they came into contact with their real self, their true self, at the center. And in doing so, they naturally release some of the stuff that was keeping them away from that part of themselves. Nothing else matters except for this center, or except for your loved one's center. When you come into contact with this part of yourself, it is so clear that this is your home and that you've been away from your home. And from this center place, you see the damaging patterns and behaviors that keep you away from it. You see the pain in your life that made you hide away or alter yourself. And it is this pain that has created shields, armors, and protections around this place. But it is that same exact protection that now keeps you away from this center place. Being at the center, at the gemstone, naturally brings about healing. There is very specific work that we can do to come back home. And if we want to be effective, we need to come back to this place over and over and over. We don't need to understand the complexity of our trauma. You don't exactly need to dissect to a T this relationship between you and your mom, although it can be very helpful. Sometimes trying to understand actually brings us further away from what is real. And what is real and what is needed is to feel, to move from the head to the heart, from the head to the center. We don't need to understand the pain. We need to feel the pain. Feeling and interacting with this center, with this gemstone inside, is where all of the answers are. And the answers themselves are not logical because feeling is not logical. Feeling came before language. To come back home, one needs to learn how to enter this state again. This is why psychedelics work. This is why EMDR or somatic therapy, yoga, qigong, or energy work. This is why they work, because they take you to that state that is pre-verbal. From that state, you are free to feel again. Now, just talk therapy has its strengths and its weaknesses. It is good to understand and conceptualize. It's good to have some ground to stand on. It's good to understand how trauma works and how it's played out in your life, how you got hurt, why you got hurt, and why you reacted the way that you did. But this will only get you so far. In order to heal it, you must feel it. And feeling is not in the head. It's in the body. So cultivate a connection to this gemstone inside. You were born with it. It is pure and innocent. It is strong and will never die. You know it very well. How could you not? Don't think about it, feel about it. There are perhaps infinite ways that you could connect to this part of yourself, to this center. But I will just talk about a few very quickly. One is to feel this inner child within you. Feel this sense of innocence, this purity that everybody is born with. That is still inside of you. And so a part of some therapy methods is inner child work. And there's very specific ways that you can do this, that you can go into this. But for you and your own purposes of just working with yourself, just connect to this part of you. Connect to this little kid in you that's still there. And you can do this by looking at pictures or just feeling into yourself in these perhaps memories that you have, or these feelings that you have from times when you were young. But make sure to just feel into the innocence of it. What was it like to be you at that time, before thought and concept came in, before pain came in, before any of the struggles came in? What was it like to just be a kid? Another way that you can connect with this part of yourself, many meditation traditions have a method that's called self-inquiry. And there's a specific teacher who has passed. His name is Sri Ramana Maharshi. And his main method was to teach this self-inquiry. And it's quite simple. It is asking yourself, who am I? But the way that you ask this question is with the deepest curiosity that you could possibly have. Not just saying, who am I? But really like, who am I? Who am I before my name, before my personality, before my possessions? Who am I if I don't have any of that? Who actually am I? And if you meditate on this and you close your eyes, you don't have to think. You actually can just ask the question and then feel in your body. So ask the question and then let go and get really quiet. And then if you need to, a minute or two later, ask the question again and get really quiet. And I'll finish with saying that, this stuff is not easy to do. But perhaps that's why you're here. Perhaps you're watching this video because you're ready to go to the next level. You're ready to do some deeper work in your life. And this is what it takes. It takes doing some stuff that at first is not intuitive for us. So I wish you the best of luck in trying some of this stuff out. I have a series that's going on. It's called The Gates of Healing. If you like this video, if you're interested, check more of these videos out. At the beginning of every month, I release a new gate, which is just a new topic of healing that we dive into. I also work with people one-on-one on finding their gemstone, finding this true, real place inside, and coming back to a place of comfort inside of our bodies and inside of our mind. You can see all my links below. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in another one.